an exciting Gators softball game, a long Gators softball game. But if you're going to have those, you want to come out with a win. All right, first thing we're going to do is go back to Lexington. Nevada Cullen is there. He was on the broadcast call along with Ryan Urquhart. Nevada, having been there, done that, it's a lot of fun when the games are like this, especially when the home team wins. Your overall thoughts on the game?
Hey, Steve.
Hey,
yeah,
man.
It was a really entertaining game. And look, we knew Auburn was going to come out firing. They've played really well in this SEC tournament. They had homered 7 times in their first 2 games, and they had a near league worst offense. But the bottom line is, with a win today, they would have locked up a spot maybe in the NCAA tournament because of their RPI. So they were always going to fight. They showed their fight today, and credit Florida for just continuing to answer each time Auburn got on the board. Florida did the same.
Was there any doubt in your mind, let's say Florida had not pulled this out, do you think there would have been any doubt that Florida would be a top 8 national seed? You know, how important was it to win this game for Florida?
Yeah, great question, Steve. The reality is, yes, there would have been doubt just because a loss to RPI would have decreased the RPI. The resume doesn't look as impressive afterwards for Florida. They didn't have quite the level of top 25 wins maybe in the RPI as some of the other teams like the Tennessees of the world, of the SEC. And so this was a kind of a can't-lose game for Florida, and credit to the Gators for pulling it out. I think that's why you saw some urgency from the Gators of, hey, we're not just going to bow out first round like we did last year to Ole Miss in the SEC tournament in Athens. So good to see the Gators come back and get the win.
I don't know if concern is a word, Nevada, but, you know, the Gator pitching staff of late, Georgia roughed them up pretty good. You know, Auburn did today. Is there any concern in the circle?
Yeah, no, I would say no concern. Keegan Rothrock, this season, if you look at what she's done over the course of the season, she's usually due when she starts in a series for one kind of off day and one where she just dominates the other team. And I think today was just her off day, which is good news for Florida that they were able to survive that and win. I think Olivia Miller took a hit today in terms of maybe her confidence, but I think we could also see her come back out later in this SEC tournament and dominate. And I think also we saw Leah Stevens get the win. That's really cool for the freshman. A chance to get she got a big out, a big couple outs in this game, stranded the bases loaded late, and because of that, we might see more of her. And so games like this, yes, they do create some concern when you're, especially from a fan perspective. Hey, we gave up 9 runs to Auburn. Well, it's an Auburn team that has really hit well in this tournament. At the end of the day, getting this experience for all those arms can't hurt Florida when it comes to these late season games.
Yeah, sometimes it's not the team you play, but when you play them and how they are playing. And Auburn obviously was swinging the bat pretty good. One of the things, though, that's great to see with this Florida team is its resilience. Whether it's 2-1 or 10-9, they don't quit. They keep fighting. That's gotta please Tim Walton a lot.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and especially 2 players today. One is Kendall Grover, who showed her resilience at the plate, had an RBI hit in 3 of her 4 plate appearances. And then Jocelyn Erickson. Look, we were talking about her 50th home run. It had been 12 games without a homer, her longest drought of the season. And then who should come up with a chance to tie the game but her, and she did it. She got number 50 in a big spot to tie it. So really doesn't matter 1 through 9 in this Gator lineup. Resilience is just something that's instilled by Tim Walton in this team, and so it doesn't really matter who's up. Anyone can get the hit that ties the game or gives the Gators the lead and the win.
You know, I don't know if you guys mentioned this or even if the television crew mentioned it, but sometimes you can look back early in a game, you know, the 3rd or 4th inning, and a key play is made. I'm referring to the catch in left field that Thomas made. If she doesn't make that catch, that's more runs for Auburn, and then who knows what would have happened after that. How big was that play early on in the game?
Well, it's funny you bring that up, Steve, because Ryan and I on the call highlighted the catch before that. It was a fly out to right field. Looked like a surefire sac fly, but the pinch runner, Lessman, didn't tag from third. Cassie McClellan made a nice throw home to prevent the runner from coming home. And then, credit Townsend Thomas, who Tim Walton's talked about at length, her abilities in the outfield, how the move to left field has really helped her in that she's just running more freely now and just covering so much ground out and left. And she showed it off there. I mean, I know she had an error at Georgia, and the fans were not happy with the defense in Athens last weekend, and nor should they be. That's not the standard of Florida softball. But I think Townsend Thomas showed why with that play that you highlighted, Steve, why she is one of the best outfielders in the SEC as just a redshirt freshman.
Obviously, to close, we don't know who Florida's going to play tomorrow, but give us a quick little snapshot of both teams, whichever Florida will play.
Oh, well, it is a doozy, Steve. 2-seed Alabama, its first action of the tournament against 7-seed Arkansas. Alabama has been basically the second best team in the country all year. There was a part where they were the number one team, and then they ended up losing a few games. They lose a midweek to South Alabama, but consistently they've been one of the best teams all season. Jocelyn Brisky will likely be the one to face the Gators if it is Alabama. She'll get the start, of course, against Arkansas as well. We could see Vic Moten, though, the star freshman. They've got a really nice 1-2 punch that's basically like a Keegan Rothrock and Ava Brown when Ava Brown is at her best and healthy. Obviously, we haven't seen that in the circle. But Alabama, they're definitely a favorite to win not only this tournament, but one of the few teams that can win the Women's College World Series. And Arkansas, look, they're the 7th seed in the tournament, but they've done some very impressive things this year, including winning a series against the Gators in Fayetteville, but a much better matchup for the Gators, I think Arkansas is, especially being a neutral site game. So tomorrow, look, it's going to be all hands on deck for Florida, and they're going to need another good start from Keegan Rothrock to get a semifinal win and move on to the championship. Gators looking to win their second SEC title in 3 years.
And I can't let you go without asking this question. How was the popcorn?
Thanks for asking, Steve.
I was on the way here to do it. I happened to be listening then. So how was the popcorn?
Great timing. The popcorn, it tasted like victory. Look, I had to do something to ignite the rally. Look, the sacrifices we make. It's not just on the field for Florida. It's in the booth. I know you and I have both been there where, you got to pull out the superstitions. And Lauren Staff, our spectacular SID for Florida, had just talked about how the rally popcorn apparently leading to the Grover home run earlier in the game. So I had to take my chances. So glad it paid off.
Well, great call from you and Ryan. Again, you guys will do it tomorrow and see how the Gators do. But Florida wins a big one today, a thriller against Auburn to the SEC tournament. Nevada, thank you for taking the time.
Thank you, Steve. Great to hear from you.
You got it. Thank you. Nevada Cullen, of course, he's one of our grads. So is Ryan. They do a great job calling Gators softball, and they're really, really good dudes, too. Now, even though it's not noon, we're still coming to you live from the Gator Trim Light Studio, so they can make sure your home is lit up orange and blue. They can make sure your pool deck, your business, whatever it is, your landscaping is done. With landscape lighting, they can do it all. They've got you covered. Visit GatorTrimLight.com. You can find out more and see exactly what they do. And we are fueled by Southeast Car Agency in Gainesville, 310 Northeast 39th Avenue, the best in late model, low mileage vehicles. When you go see the Cousins boys, make sure and tell them Sports Scene sent you there. We're here till about 3:30 or so, and then we'll have a half hour of the Sports Lab. And then, the Sports Lab. And then at 4, Jeff is here. So that's what we're going to do. We hope to have Kentucky's play-by-play baseball voice, Darren Hedrick, on. He'll be with us in about half an hour to preview Florida and Kentucky. We'll talk NBA playoffs, whatever you want to talk about, your thoughts on the softball game today as well. Remember, first hour of the show brought to you by Quality Plumbing. When you need a quality plumber, rely on the same company Gainesville's trusted since 1984, Quality Plumbing. Their name says it all. And if you're on the phone today, which I hope you will be, because if not, you'll be hearing me a lot talking to myself. It's the Titan MRI Imaging phone line. 3 locations in Gainesville, 1 in Lake City to serve you better. Same-day scheduling available. That's TitanMRI.com. And our emails, srussell@WRUF.com, presented by International Diamond Center, an assortment of designer engagement rings, wedding bands, just fine jewelry. They are the official jeweler of the Florida Gators. And all of our guests, courtesy of Meldon Law, serving Gator Nation since 1971. Meldon Law won't back down. If you want to text a question to us, that's brought to you by B&D Electric, professional, reliable electrical service you can trust. You can schedule at bdelectric.com. That phone number, 352-325-3777. And you can text us a question. Facebook Live question, that's easy. So is YouTube. That's easy, too. YouTube questions courtesy of Campus USA Credit Union, where Coach Spurrier does his banking. And our Facebook Live questions courtesy of Ruse Ugra State Farm, your go-to agent in Gainesville and North Central Florida for car, home, casualty, and life insurance. Let's go to our Titan Eye Imaging phone line. Byron Hay.
Hey, Steve, they were joking about, about the calls from the referee being on there. And the guy said they had one of the best jobs because the referee was almost doing it. Steve, you got the best job ever, man. But, hey, I'm so glad I retired and I listened to that game, and I've been watching it. I can get on TV. And, boy, Steve, those girls are so great, man. That was a heavyweight fight to me, Steve, back and forth. I've been using Clutch, Timely. Those girls got some great timely play. It's a play. I couldn't see it because I was listening, which I do a lot. And she must have stopped the girl from running from third to home on a foul ball. Just a great game. And I want to shout out to the boys, the men baseball team, to do the same thing. You got to have clutch. Steve, 6 runs might not even be enough. It's amazing how these kids can hit now and how baseball, softball too, has changed. And I'm going to get off here, Steve, because I know people want to call. I want to say the NBA, Steve, the Knicks. Steve, I was on the back of the bandwagon. They let me in. I got some pizza from New York and a beer. But I'm all right now. But I'm riding, Steve. I'm on that Knicks bandwagon. The NBA getting good. San Antonio, Oklahoma, it's going to be some stuff at the end there, Steve. And just shout out to the Gators, baseball, football, basketball. Steve, I'm just excited, man. Go Gators!
Byron, thank you. NBA, I mean, he's all over the place. But, hey, I love his enthusiasm. International Diamond Center email. David yesterday asked me, I missed the answer, he says, to where ESPN ranked the Gators yesterday. Can you repeat it? Yes. They did an off-season ranking, and Florida was 11 in the SEC. 11. Doesn't mean they're going to end up there. That what they did is they ranked the off-season. Okay, that's how they did this. They ranked the off-season. So it isn't like where they were going to predict it to be finished. They did it for every Division I school. And that was where they had Florida in the SEC. I'm looking it up now to see who they had number 1. It was not Georgia. I think it was Texas, but I want to make sure I'm right before I say it. Yes, Texas 1, Ole Miss was 3, LSU was 2. So there you go, David. We'll take a break. We'll come back. More Sports Scene. Want to hear from you? You're listening to Sports Scene on WRUF. Hey, it's Steve Russell for Southeast Car Agency in Gainesville, 310 Northeast 39th Avenue. Friends, they've been in business for 45-plus years, and the Cousins family has done just one thing, but, man, they've done it right. They give you the best alternative you have to purchasing a new vehicle, the best in late-model, low-mileage vehicles. I'm driving one right now, have been for a very long time. They've treated me right. They'll do the same thing for you. Go see them today, Southeast Car Agency in Gainesville.
Everyone knows Gator Trim Light is the go-to for patented permanent holiday lighting. But did you know they do so much more? From pool enclosures and businesses to decks and landscape lighting, they've got you covered. Full color systems, fully programmable, right from your smartphone. Invisible by day, stunning by night. Show off your orange and blue home or landscape with GatorTrimLight.com. That's GatorTrimLight.com. GatorTrimLight.com.
In the mood for a delicious Asian fusion cuisine for lunch? Then head to P.F. Chang's in Gainesville. They have lunch specials starting at just $11.99. Happy hour, Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. Enjoy $5.99 beers, $6.99 wines, and $8.99 cocktails. Wednesdays are girls' night with half-price wine and champagne bottles. And any day, anytime, sip house and lucky cocktails for $8.99. Celebrate every meal at P.F. Chang's Gainesville, your destination for lunch, drinks, and fun.
It's lunchtime and nobody does lunch like Pomodoro Cafe. From Italian dishes to subs and salads, and favorites like their meatball sub with fries or onion rings, topped with the house sauce and lots of melted mozzarella.
This is Steve Russell sharing with you one of my favorite lunch spots, Pomodoro Cafe. located in the Spring Hill Publix complex on 39th Avenue near I-75. Enjoy Pomodoro Cafe today.
And don't forget, they cater online at pomodorocafe.com.
Hey, have you ever talked to Ruse Agra over at State Farm?
Oh yeah, Ruse is awesome. Helped me get a ton of coverage for way less than I expected, and he serves all of North Florida. Super friendly too, actually takes time to explain everything.
Really? I thought State Farm would be pricey.
Nope, surprisingly great rates. You get that neighborly service you don't find everywhere. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I might give Ruse at State Farm a call.
You should. Call 352-240-1779 for a free quote. You'll be glad you did.
Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Hey, Gator baseball fans, here's a win you can taste. When the Florida Gators take home a victory at Condren Family Ballpark, you win too at Miapa Latin Cafe. The day after every home win, swing by and score a free Cuban coffee, hot or iced, your choice. Just bring your game ticket to any Miapa location and claim your reward within 24 hours of the win. It's that simple. Gators win, you win. Only at Miapa Latin Cafe, serving Gator fans for over 20 years. Play ball!
Hey Gainesville, tired of big banks that don't know your name? Meet Galabank. Locally owned, locally operated. With over 350 years of combined experience, we're here to help our neighbors, not just customers. No call centers, no appointments necessary, no sign-in sheets, and anyone can cash a check on us. No extra charge. Local bank, local people. Galabank. Find us at 7515 West University Avenue off Tower Road. Galabank. Member FDIC.
Connecting with WRUF at Sports Scene just got easier. Call, email, watch on YouTube or Facebook Live. And now text us on the B&D Electric text line at 352-325-3777. That's 352-325-3777. Gator baseball fans, don't miss On Deck with Steve Russell and Jeff Cardoso live every Monday at 1 on WRUF. Get baseball and softball breakdowns, player analysis, and SEC previews. Listen live or anytime on the WRUF app, YouTube, or Facebook. On Deck, it's a hit.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
I just got another NBA offer from Hard Rock Bet.
A Hard Rock Bet promo at the Hard Rock Bet Party? That is so meta.
That's not meta. That's Meta World Peace. Meta. Tell them about Hard Rock Bet.
Hard Rock Bet has it all. Live odds for every NBA game, every player prop, same game parlays, you name it. It's the only place I play these days.
Okay, now that is meta.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Hey, it's Jeff Cardozo. Your only home for Gator baseball is WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2. Your home for Gator sports.
First and second, 1-1. Swing and a high fly ball. Shoemaker races back to the warning track of the wall. It's gone. Right on cue, Annalie Adams, hooray, puts Auburn back in front. It's 8-6 in the sixth pitch. Erickson swings, lines one, right field. The ball is history. This game is tied on the 50th career bomb for Jussie. Butler's 1-1. Rover swings and tees off down the left field line. Townsend wheels around third. Played the plates, cut off. Thomas scores, and Florida's back in front. 9-8 in the sixth. First to Wesolowski. Wesolowski swings, soft floater, left field, that's down, base hit. That'll bring in a run. Big time insurance as Cahalan is plated. Wesolowski delivers in the sixth. 10-8 Gators in the lead. Rothrock's 1-2. Quarter swing, she got her. Florida silences the Cinderella run. They hang on and take down Auburn 10-9 in a quarterfinal thriller.
Indeed, it was a thriller. Great game to call. Ryan in Nevada did a good job calling it, and the Gators are victorious. International Diamond Center email, Larry, big time, great win in spite of marginal pitching. Concern in the circle. No. The reason I say that is I've seen a lot of baseball and softball. Every once in a while, you're going to run into a team that's hot offensively, and Auburn certainly was. So you got to give them a little credit, too. Now, did Florida pitch it great in Athens the weekend before? No. But I still think over the long haul, they're going to be okay. Would I feel better if they had a really consistent second arm behind Rothrock? I would. But I don't know if I would be concerned at this point. All right, want to hear from you here till 3:30. And then Sports Lab guys will take over, and then Jeff will be here. International Diamond Center, email srussell@wruf.com. Titan MRI and Imaging phone line, the number 392-8255. YouTube question, courtesy of Campus USA Credit Union from Duval. T87, props to the ladies for fighting back. Every time Auburn threw a punch, UF threw one back. Yep, they did. And, I feel sorry for Auburn a little bit. Because if they won that game, they'd have probably made the NCAA tournament. That literally you cannot go in it with a sub-500 record. Facebook Live question, courtesy of Roosevelt State Farm from Bob. What do you think of the job Summerall is doing in recruiting? He's doing very well. Very well. And I think that, now, once again, until they play, until we see what they do, but on paper, I hope you had a chance to hear Blake Alderman yesterday, who really is into recruiting. He thinks they've done well, too. The problem is in that most of the other SEC schools do well, too. So you have to do better than them. Or you have to coach better than them. And we will see when it comes to that. Don't forget lacrosse. In Boulder, first round of the NCAA tournament. They'll take on Denver, and that will be tomorrow, I believe. Isn't it? I'll double-check that. But it is May 8th. Yep. So that's tomorrow. And both, you know what? It's been really fun to see both Gator golf teams do as well as they are. And they're going to go into NCAA tournament play, really on hot streaks. Going to be kind of fun. So looking forward to that. Email from Bill. What are your main concerns going into the baseball weekend this weekend? Well, when Florida played Oklahoma ran at will on the bases. And Kentucky does that too. So what adjustments does Florida make in terms of doing a better job throwing out runners? I think that is going to be a big deal because that's one of the main staples of what Kentucky does from an offensive standpoint. So I'm hoping that Florida will do that. And I know they work on it. I think people think because they see it that they don't work on it. They do. Didn't know if you knew this. The Players Era Men's Championships Hoops event that ESPN does is now going to go to 24 teams. 2 separate bracket play tournaments over the course of 2 weeks in Las Vegas. Players Era 8 will be the week of November 16th. Florida is in that. The field is Florida, Houston, Kansas, Auburn, Rutgers, Notre Dame, West Virginia, and UNLV. And then Thanksgiving week will feature the second tournament. Defending champion Michigan highlights that. They're joined by Alabama, Gonzaga, St. John's, Louisville, Tennessee, Iowa State, Miami, Texas Tech, Baylor, Maryland, TCU, Oregon, Creighton, San Diego State, and Kansas State. So the Gators in that Players Era 8 tournament, Houston, Kansas, that's a pretty good field, and they're going to be in that. And I'm anxious to see if Todd Golden's schedule is going to be as difficult non-conference as this year's was. I tend to think it won't be. It won't be a cupcake either, but I do think it'll be a little less challenging than maybe this year's was. Let's see. Top Jimmy, hello. Hello.
Wow, what a ball game! I mean, I honestly, I think that's only the second softball game I've watched this season, and it was just tremendous. I mean, those young ladies were just doing everything. I mean, getting everything done all over the field, defensively, offensively. The young lady for Auburn had 7 RBIs. I don't remember her name. I think the 3-run homer, the 3-run double, and then and that set a SEC record, I believe. Correct, for postseason play?
I believe the SEC tournament.
Oh, just the SEC. Okay, the tournament. Not okay. But man, that was a hell of a fun game to watch. Man, it was truly tremendous. As far as the progression of the Knicks and Sixers series, how do you foresee if the Knicks can go to Philadelphia and win one? Do you think they can come back and close it out at MSG if Embiid stays impaired?
I think they can do it if Embiid isn't impaired. It just depends on how they play.
Okay.
I give Philly a lot of credit for playing pretty well last night, and I kind of hinted at the fact yesterday they would. I had a feeling they would. They played a lot better. Game 3 obviously is huge. You don't win that, you're not going to win the series in all likelihood. So, they'll throw everything they have at the Knicks. But if the Knicks can, take one there, they should be in good shape.
Well, especially if they take Game 3, because
obviously
we know the historical stats of teams coming back from 3-0 down. But I just went brain blank. There was something else I wanted to discuss with you, but I'll get off the air because I know you're doing an abbreviated version of the show today. Thanks, Steve.
Right. Yeah, Jimmy, I appreciate your call. Thank you. What the heck? We're breaking all the rules here today, so let's get Bill real quick. Bill, hello.
Hey, Steve. I heard the announcer say that Jocelyn hit her 50th, and there are 3 others to do so. I can tell you, I know Lauren Hager did, and she might be number 1. I'm going to guess. Has this already been discussed?
No.
Oh, good. I'm going to go with Francesca Anaya, and I'm having trouble on the 4th one, and I'm not sure about Francesca, but she hit a bunch when she was here. The shortstop that was powerful, whose name escapes me right now.
I'm pretty sure. Well, I know Lauren Hager is one of them. I know that.
Yeah, me too.
But I don't want to say for sure who the other 2 are. But I know she's one of them. I know she is.
It's, as you usually say, it's look-upable.
It is look-upable, but I do know it. I do know.
Maybe are you guys about to wrap it up, or maybe somebody knows and they'll call in?
Yeah, I mean, I can look it up too. I mean, that's or just Google it. But I mean, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Steve.
Okay. Thank you. We'll take a break. Come back. More sports scene to come. Again, we're here till 3:30 today. So let's talk some sports while we're here. You're listening to Sports Scene coming to you live from the Gator Trim Light Studio, fueled by Southeast Car Agency on WRUF.
Gator baseball is in full swing, and the road to Omaha runs through WRUF.
It's never fun being injured. And with summer on the way, the last thing you want is lingering pain holding you back. Good news. You don't have to deal with long waits or high costs at Titan MRI and Imaging. At Titan MRI and Imaging, you're not just another patient. You're treated with care in a comfortable, personal setting. With 2 locations in Gainesville and 1 in Lake City. Being pain-free is a short drive away. And they accept insurance. So don't sit out this summer. Get the scan you need and get back to enjoying it. Visit TitanMRI.com to learn more.
The jewelry store with the most likes, the most positive reviews, the most raving fans is International Diamond Center.
IDC is definitely a place that I will come to as long as I live here. This will be my go-to place always.
Literally the best jewelry store in town. You'll make friends for life coming in here. I felt like family from the beginning. The value was extraordinary.
I've got a beautiful diamond on my finger, and I'm very proud of it.
International Diamond Center.
I'm very happy to show it off.
At Celebration Point and online at shopidc.com.
Every great team is built on a solid game plan, sharp execution, and total trust in the crew beside you. At Quality Plumbing, we bring that same championship mindset to every job we do. For over 40 years, we've been the starting lineup for homes and businesses across North Central Florida, delivering reliable service, expert craftsmanship, and big wins for our customers. Call us today or visit qualityplumbing.com. We're your first string team. License number CFC 043073.
By now, you've heard about the Florida Legends Experience in Gila, featuring Gator Heisman greats Tim Tebow, Danny Werfel, and Steve Spurrier all in one place at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. Imagine catching a pass or taking a handoff from a Heisman winner, all while supporting Isaiah 117 to help provide safe, loving homes for children in need. Then enjoy an unforgettable evening at the Gala, filled with great food and lasting memories. Don't miss this historic event. Find out how you and your business can get involved at FLLegends.com. That's FLLegends.com.
Thursdays just got a whole lot better. At Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, it's prime rib night, and it's everything you've been craving. We're talking slow-roasted, perfectly seasoned USDA prime rib, carved just the way you like it, served with a jumbo loaded baked potato and all the classic fixins. Simple, legendary, done right. This isn't just dinner, it's a weekly tradition. And hey, you asked, the head ball coach delivered. Join us every Thursday for premium prime rib night at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. Come hungry, leave legendary.
There are plenty of realtors in town, but few work as hard, respond as quickly, or care as deeply as Doreen Wiebe of Caldwell Banker MM Parish. Community-driven and client-focused, Doreen will work with you to ensure your satisfaction. Whether you're buying or selling, she brings persistence, preparation, and heart to every deal. With Doreen, you're not just another transaction. You're a priority. Call 352-562-1411. That's 352-562-1411.
It's game day. Lights on, fans ready, everything running like it should. Now imagine your home performing at that same level. No flickering lights, no tripping breakers, no last-minute surprises. With B&D Electric, your home's electrical system is always game day ready. From repairs and lighting to panel upgrades and troubleshooting, they deliver reliable service you can count on every time. Don't sit on the sidelines. Schedule your service today at www.bdelectric.com. That's bdelectric.com.
Foodies, this is not a drill. Sensei Asian Bistro is now open in Celebration Point, right next to Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, and it's bringing bold Japanese French fusion flavors you won't find anywhere else. We're talking smoked New York strip, rich matcha curry, melt-in-your-mouth Chilean sea bass, and the fan-favorite Chunggang chili chicken. Feeling adventurous? Dive into fresh crudo oysters or treat yourself to A5 Wagyu tataki. Add in handcrafted cocktails, and you've got your next night out covered. Sensei Asian Bistro. Come hungry, leave impressed.
You're listening to Sports Scene with Steve Russell, right here on WRUF, 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and anywhere in the world on the WRUF mobile app.
We're going to talk some Kentucky baseball in a few minutes here with their play-by-play voice, Darren Hedrick. Kentucky in town in the next to last SEC weekend series of the year. If you're tired of big banks that don't know your name, meet Gala Bank. It's Gainesville's only real local bank. Over 350 years of combined experience, happy to help neighbors and not just serve a customer or a name. No appointments necessary, no call centers, no sign-in sheets, and anybody can cash a check. You can walk into Gala Bank, cash a check. There is no extra charge if you're not a member of Gala Bank. They're at 7515 West University Avenue off Tower Road, member FDIC. All right, we wait, hopefully, to hear from you. 392-8255. You can email the show, srussell@wruf.com. I mentioned Gator Men's Golf. They're the number one seed in the Tallahassee Regional in the NCAA Regionals. That's set for May 11th through the 13th. And that is women's golf. They earned a top seed for the second time in program history, just the second time. And again, it begins on May 11th. And they're going to play a tournament in Tallahassee. You'd think, close, right? First time they'll play a tournament in Tallahassee since 1991. Yeah, been that long. Last year, Florida finished tied for third at the Charlottesville Regional, advanced to the NCAAs for the first time since 2019. I'm telling you, both those golf programs are in really, really good shape now, and that is certainly good. Let's see here. Carl, he said, hope you don't mind an MLB question. Of course not. Your Mets are starting to win. Are they turning the corner? If they're turning the corner, it's an awful wide turn. They're just starting to make that turn, Carl. But look, it's better than losing, right? And it's interesting. They have Juan Soto leading off. I like that move. It gets him more at-bats. And he hit a homer yesterday, I think, when they won the game. They beat Colorado. But, I mean, hey, you got to beat who you play. But, yeah, they got a ways to go. But it's a long way to the end of the season as well. So we will see. Phil, do you know anything about the kid from Slovenia that basketball got? I know zero. How many of you know anything about a kid from Slovenia? Right? But Golden knows him, and that's the most important thing. He says he's a very skilled forward, and in his words, great positional size. And he said he's improved every year. So now he averaged 9 points, 4 rebounds, alongside teammate Irvan Klapšar. So, again, I'm sure Mr. Klapšar put a little word in to get him. Again, he's 6'9", and then he also played with a team where he averaged 16 points. So we'll see what he does. Is he going to be a bench piece, a chance to get some real playing time? We will find out. But I think by now, and look, I don't care if it's John Wooden. I don't care if it's the best coach in the world. You don't hit on every player. You don't. But I think he's proven he's a pretty fair judge of talent. And I think that's going to end up being pretty good. I got a lot of emails today. International Diamond Center email. John, he also has an MBA. It's been kind of weird today. It's not the normal time. And I fully expected to sit here and talk to myself today. I did, just because different time. But he says, congrats to your Knicks. Do you think they'll win the East? The way they're playing now, I think they have a real shot at winning the East. And I don't know, though, if they could beat OKC if they played in the final. I don't know that they could beat them. But, last night was a dangerous game, and I said that on the air for the Knicks. I thought the Sixers would play a lot better. They did. And yet the Knicks found a way to win. So, that's good. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We're going to talk Kentucky baseball. They're in town this weekend. Their play-by-play voice, Darren Hedrick, will join us next. You're listening to Sports Scene, coming to you live from the Gator Trim Light Studio, fueled by Southeast Car Agency on WRUF.
When the late, great Charlie Daniels would need a place for jewelry he could trust, he turned to International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange.
Hi, I'm Charlie Daniels, and I live in Tennessee, but when I get ready to do something serious about jewelry or a gift for my wife or somebody, I always get in touch with the folks at International Gold and Diamond Exchange here in Gainesville. There's a lot of reasons for that. One reason is they sell nothing but the best.
Find out what Charlie was talking about for yourself at International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange at 3440 West University Avenue and online at igdwex.com.
Gator Nation, did you know the UF Bookstore, located right inside the University of Florida's Rights Union, is more than just textbooks? That's right. Gear up with officially licensed Gator merchandise from top brands like Nike, Peter Lamar, Lululemon, Columbia, Tommy Bahama, Apple, and more. From game day to every day, we've got the styles Gators love. Stop by the Florida Bookstore at Rights Union. The Florida Bookstore, where Gators shop.
Go Gators!
After you work out, you can feel worn out.
reach for core power, and rise to a whole new level of recovery. Protein to build muscle. Electrolytes to help hydrate. The nutrition you need to power on. Champion your recovery with Core Power.
We all know the most exciting thing that can happen during a baseball game is a grand slam. Leave it to Davis Gainesville Chevrolet GMC and the Florida Gators to make it even more exciting. This year, at any SEC home game here in Gainesville, if the baseball or softball team hits a grand slam in the fourth inning, someone will win a 2-year lease on a brand new 2026 Chevy Trax. It's happened before. Will you be the next to win? Davis Gainesville Chevrolet and the Florida Gators. Now that's a hit.
Are you ready to raise your game when it comes to your Gators gear? Head over to Alma Mater in Gainesville. You'll find just what you need to rep your team in style. From one-of-a-kind Gator tees and hats to NIL gear, they've got the perfect Gator swag for every fan in all kinds of weather. Whether it's game day or any day, you'll be winning with officially licensed apparel found nowhere else. Locally owned, locally produced. Alma Mater, in-store at the corner of 34th and University or online at almamaterdesign.com.
Concrete is tough, long-lasting, durable, and when it's done right, it's the foundation of everything that stands strong. At Silverback Concrete, we don't just pour concrete, we build trust one slab at a time. We're a family-led team of heavy concrete specialists who sweat every detail, from footers to elevated decks. We respect your budget, we build to last, and we care about the people on the job today and those who will walk these floors tomorrow. You stand on it, we stand by it. Silverback Concrete, we've got your back. Visit silverbackconcrete.co to get started.
For more than 50 years of quality service, Archer Electric Service Company has been Gainesville's choice for residential and commercial electrical work. Whether you need wiring, repairs, or backup generator installation, we treat every client like family with professional, clean, dependable service. Don't wait for the storm or the flicker to remind you. Visit ArcherElectricService.com today for a free consultation and see why we've been Gainesville and the surrounding area's most trusted electricians for decades.
Sometimes it can be hard to tell the difference between a minor sprain and a significant issue. The team at UF Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine provide expert orthopedic care with locations in Gainesville and Ocala for everything from walk-in treatments to specialized surgeries and complex cases. Choose the providers who care for Team USA. Visit ufhealth.org/orthoexperts to learn more. Proud provider for the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Medical Network.
From the UF Weather Center, here is your WRUF weather update.
Sunny, windy, and hot today. High temperatures in the lower 90s. Winds gusting to 25 miles an hour throughout the afternoon and into the evening. Increasing clouds tonight. There is a chance for a few stray thunderstorms along the I-10 corridor this evening, and they could sneak as far south as Alachua County tonight. Cloudy tomorrow morning. Lows in the upper 60s and lower 70s. From the WUFT Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Megan Borowski.
Your only home for Gator baseball is WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, your home for Gator sports.
Well, after a really exciting Gators softball win today at the SEC tournament, Gator baseball getting set to host Kentucky this weekend. And by the way, I want to remind you the first hour of Sports Scene brought to you by Quality Plumbing. Their name says it all. And all of our guests come to you courtesy of Meldon Law, the only injury law firm partner of the Florida Gators and serving Gator Nation since 1971. Let's go to our Titan MRI and imaging phone line. Kentucky here, their play-by-play voice, Darren Hedrick, has agreed to talk Kentucky baseball. Always a pleasure to have him. Darren, welcome. Thanks for doing this.
I appreciate it, Steve. Hope everybody's doing well and looking forward to a great weekend down here in Gainesville.
All right. Gator fan walks into the park and sees your team, after 40-something games here. Give us a thumbnail. What's gone right? What can a Gator fan expect to see if things go well?
Well, I tell you, the biggest thing right now for this Kentucky team is the fact that they're getting healthy. I can't remember a season like this in May. Well, I've been doing Kentucky baseball for 9 years, maybe the 2018 team that has had this amount of injury. For the better part of SEC play, they've gone with only one of their original three starting pitchers. Everybody else, it's been piecing together 18 outs from the bullpen behind Jackson Jelkin. And so they're finally getting healthy in the starting rotation. Tyler Bell has missed 14 games with a shoulder injury. Hudson Brown has missed the last couple of months with an illness. He's back now. And so the Cats are getting healthy, and they're starting to get the confidence back being healthy. The lineup feels whole, and they're doing a couple of different things to change that out. But in terms of style of play, expect to see Kentucky do whatever it takes to win, Steve. They're going to hit home runs. They're going to lay down bunts. They're going to steal bases. Whatever they have to do to try to get some runs on the board and make outs on the field, get outs to win games, that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, in this day and age, I think Florida, I haven't looked, but maybe has 11 sacrifices. Kentucky has something like 30 and over 100 stolen bases. That's a big part of the arsenal, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's the third straight year that Kentucky has stolen over 100 bases under Coach Mingione. And you go back and look at the last couple of years, they've been to Omaha and they've been in a regional last year stealing bases like that. So it is a big part of their arsenal, their ability to lay down bunts. And against Tennessee, not only were they doing it to move runners, they were doing it for base hits. If you see the third baseman playing back against a couple of our hitters, don't be shocked if they do lay down a bunt and try to beat it out for a hit. So it's just a team that I love their resilience and their relentlessness. They're in every game. Now, yeah, they lost 6 straight series at one point in league play, but they were in every game, and they're one of the handful of SEC teams that have not been swept this year in conference play. So they are a competitive bunch for sure.
Let's go to the bump. ERA over 5. I'm sure some of that due to injury. Tell us about the weekend arms.
Well, I'll start with Jackson Jelkin. Now, he has been the Friday night guy, but last week they moved him to Saturday. I would expect him to pitch Saturday this weekend as well. He's a frontline type of guy, and he's had a couple of struggles on the road in starts at Auburn and South Carolina. He gave up some big numbers, some home runs here and there, but at home he's been absolutely dominant. He's coming off a great outing against Tennessee where he struck out 11 and didn't walk a batter over 8 innings in a 12-2 win. He is a guy with about 5 or 6 different pitches, and he can throw them all for strikes and at any point in the count. Fastball, sinker, cutter, slider, changeup, curveball. He's got it all, and he commands it well. Then you've got Ben Cleaver, who's coming off his best start of the season against Tennessee, 7 scoreless frames. Hopefully he's continuing to get back. He suffered an injury in the fall, a freak one, and was limited in preseason. So I think he's just now getting back to where he feels like his old self again. They're hoping Nate Harris will be back. He's a powerful right-hander, sophomore, pitched on Friday nights last year. Might see him this weekend. And then there's Connor Madison, who's got what we call a Bugs Bunny changeup. So they've got a couple of guys, and like I say, they're starting to get healthy. So we're hoping to see a quality rotation this weekend.
Without seeing a guy, Bennett's got 7 saves, but a high ERA. Is he still the closer?
Yes, he'll be used in high leverage situations. He was a key component to Western Kentucky's rotation last year. He's been a huge part of our bullpen this year. He is coming off a tough outing against Tennessee where he gave up a 3-run homer in the 9th inning. But when he is on, when he's attacking, keeping the ball down, working ahead in counts, he gets a lot of quick outs and works some quick and easy innings. So he will be relied on in those high leverage spots. I would also expect to see Niall Adcock in that role this weekend. He can eat up some innings, has pitched in a lot of high leverage situations. He's got a great fastball, breaking ball combination. So Kentucky's got a couple of guys they can go to in the late innings.
It's interesting because you've seen the league now. We're getting near the end of this. Who'd have thought LSU would be where they are? Nobody really thought that, right? Look, I don't know if balance is the right word, but I mean when you see LSU where they are, it's this league. You get no weekends off.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And I've been asked this question. I think it's a great question to explore and look into. I think there is something to the balance of the league. All these teams are just good. And the margin of victory, this is something Coach Mingione preaches, the margin of victory is so small in the SEC that an error here or you don't quite get strike three and you end up walking the guy, or something oddball happens, and it could be the difference in the game. It's like I was talking about with Kentucky. They lost 6 straight series. They had a chance to win 4 or 5 of those on a Sunday and just let it slip through their fingers, or it was wrestled away from them. So I think it's just this league. But also I'm starting to think, Steve, there may be something to this Omaha curse they talk about. When you go back and look at the previous national champions, Tennessee, LSU, Mississippi State, and Ole Miss, almost all of them had losing records in the league the year after. I think Tennessee's the only one that hasn't, and they were basically 500. And so I'm starting to wonder if there is something to the Omaha curse there. But what fan base would not sacrifice the next year to win a national championship, right?
No question. Let me end with this because, sometimes even I overlook this, you hitting and pitching, but defense is also an important part of success.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a good defensive team?
I think it's solid, and it's hard to answer that question right now because they've been so banged up, and due to the injuries, they've had to play guys that are in different positions. I mean, listen, they've had 4 or 5 different catchers, 4 or 5 different first basemen, 2 different second basemen, 2 different shortstops, 4 or 5 different third basemen, 4 or 5 different right fielders. So when you look at the fielding percentage, it's actually the worst it's been for Kentucky in probably 5 or 6 years. But how much of that is the talent? I don't think that's the answer. I think the answer is found in the injuries and the inconsistent lineups they've had to play with this year. It's been hard to get that consistent chemistry together for those guys. But now that they're getting healthy, I think the defense, you'll see it play better.
All right, Darren, fill in the blank. Kentucky wins the series if
they can limit Florida's long ball and score when they have the opportunities. One of the struggles Kentucky had against Vanderbilt was finding the big hit with runners in scoring position. I'll take you back to that Sunday 13-6 loss to the Commodores. They left 16 men on base.
Oh.
Do you look at the score and you think Kentucky got blown out? No, they were 1 or 2 hits away from winning that game by a run or two, even if Vandy does score 13. So if they can get the big hit with runners in scoring position and keep the Gators in the yard, I think they'll have a chance.
I got the weekend off this weekend, so I won't see you in the booth, but I'm glad you got here safe. Good luck to your guys. Thanks for doing this. Appreciate your time, Darren.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me. We will see everybody at Condren.
All right. Thank you, Darren. Darren Hedrick, the play-by-play voice Kentucky, as you can tell, really cool guy. And he's always very accommodating. Come on, and I love that. Look, when you see most of these guys do a vast majority of games, and they can give you the best perspective on what they do. International Diamond Center email Daryl. It's getting late in the baseball season. What players impressed you the most? And so far, if I had to pick an MVP, it would be Aiden King. And for the players that are in the batting slumps, you think Brendan Lawson's probably the worst of it. Cade Kurland, I don't know what the deal is about Cade Kurland. He's hit in like 7 of his last 8. So it isn't like, he's where Brendan Lawson is. The fact of the matter is he's only had like 1 hit. He's 1 for 3, 1 for 4, and his batting average has not gone up a lot because he's only had, 1 hit during the streak. But look, Surowick has had a nice year, I think. Sear had a nice year. Stripling's hit most of the time when he's been in the lineup. But, right field, since Strayer got hurt, hasn't been great. And third base has been a revolving door. And Lawson's struggling. So, hey, I'm not saying it doesn't matter what you've done to this point, because it does matter. But if Florida can get hot here, or if Kentucky can get hot here, you can ride that a long way. And right now, I think Florida's realistic goal is to host a regional. I think being a top 8 national seed would be really hard to do unless they just went on a real run here to end the year. But I think a reasonable goal is host a regional and then, see what happens from there. And we will, in fact, see what happens from there. That's our first hour today. We'll be here till 3:30 today. Then Sports Lab gang will take over, and then the tailgate will be here at 4 o'clock. Luis is our producer today. But please, I will also keep you updated on the softball game, which after the fireworks of Florida-Auburn, That's scoreless so far between Alabama and Arkansas. You're listening to Sports Scene on WRUF.
Your home for the Tampa Bay Rays is WRUF.
Want to get your brand noticed? At Radware, we help you stand out with custom corporate apparel, branded uniforms, and promotional swag that gets attention. From trade shows to team uniforms, we've got you covered. Radware even works with major names like the University of Florida. Boost your brand visibility today. Visit radware.com. That's radware.com and let your brand shine.
If there's anybody that knows what teamwork and great leadership is all about, it's the head ball coach himself, Steve Spurrier. Sure, it applies to football and the team at Campus USA Credit Union.
Yeah, I think we got excellent leadership with Jerry Benton and his staff there, and certainly I'm proud to team up with those guys as we go from year to year.
Campus USA Credit Union can help with all your financial decisions. Join the team. Learn more at campuscu.com. Member NCUA.
Summer in Gainesville means sunshine, barbecues, and storm season right around the corner. Don't wait until disaster strikes to think about your roof. Whether it's your home or your business, Atlantic Roofing has you covered. From inspections to full replacements, their expert team handles both residential and commercial roofing, built to stand up to Florida's toughest weather. Get ahead of the storm. Protect what matters most. Visit AtlanticRoofingFL.com today for your free estimate. Atlantic Roofing. Roofing you can trust, rain or shine.
Domino's carryout deal means you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each when you order online or by phone. Just in case there's any confusion, we've even set up a helpful website to confirm if today is a day you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each. Just go to howaboutoday.com to find out if Domino's carryout deal is valid today. Spoiler alert, it is. Carryout only. Ask for this offer. Availability and charges may vary. Size availability varies by crust type. Excludes XL and specialty. Your local store may charge extra for some toppings and sauces.
Hi, I'm Kerry Meldon. At Meldon Law, we prepare every case as if it's going to trial. And part of that preparation involves real people from our community giving honest feedback. Join one of our jury research focus groups. You'll review real case scenarios, share your perspective, and enjoy dinner and dessert on us. We'll thank you and provide you $125 for your time. It's engaging, meaningful, and your voice truly matters. Visit meldonlaw.com to sign up today.
Gator fans, this one's for you. Introducing Castaway Sauce Company, the hot sauce made by Gators for Gators. Their signature ball kicker hot sauce is inspired by Steve Spurrier's famous kick that beat Auburn in '66. If you love hot sauce with real flavor, not just heat and vinegar, Castaway delivers. Available at select public supermarkets, Castaway Sauce Company is founded by a lifelong Gator and proud UF alum. From mild to wild, they've got a flavor for every Gator tailgate. Grab your Castaway hot sauce today and taste the tradition. Learn more at CastawaySauceCompany.com.
This summer, bring every game home. Baseball, soccer, golf, like never before. With a stunning new home theater system from Electronics World. Gainesville's preferred choice for home theater, surveillance, and smart home solutions. Delivering the best products, the best service, and the best price. Don't just watch the game, live it. At Electronics World. Gainesville's preferred choice for home theater, home surveillance, and smart home installation and service. Visit electronicsworld.net for more. That's electronicsworld.net.
Bush Auto Repair and Gator Transmission is Gainesville's no-hassle, no-overcharge repair shop since 1954. From same-day maintenance jobs to transmission repairs, their ace techs fix it right the first time to get you back on the road. It's the straight talk and excellence you'd expect in the swamp. Whatever your car needs, trust Bush Auto Repair and Gator Transmission. Keeping cars on the road since 1954. Call 352-372-0138 or visit bushautorepair.com.
From the Spurrier's Gridiron Grill Studio, WRUF Gainesville, W251CG Gainesville, WRUF FM HD2, and on the WRUF radio app. The godfather of Gator Sports Talk Radio has returned.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
It's Sports Scene with Steve Russell. Time to eat some lunch and talk some Gator sports.
Sports Scene with Steve Russell is fueled by Southeast Car Agency and brought to you in part by Gator Trim Light, Campus USA Credit Union, Doreen Wiebe Realtor, Fairlife Milk, Domino's Pizza, International Diamond Center, Meldon Law, Miapa Latin Cafe, Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, Quality Quality Plumbing, Sensei Asian Bistro, Ruse Ogra State Farm, Titan MRI and Imaging, the UF Bookstore, Gala Bank, BND Electric, and the Head Beer Coach 1966 Lager.
Now, here's Steve Russell right here on WRUF.
You're driving and going, what in the world is Russell doing here? It's 3 o'clock. Well, in case you missed it, you were working or something. Gators softball played today, and I had to come on after that. And what a game. Gators softball edges Auburn. Not exactly a pitching duel, but guess what? Florida advances. Auburn's season over. They finished below 500. They cannot qualify for a regional. So, big win, and they'll play again tomorrow. And don't forget, tonight, Game 2, NBA playoffs, Cavs and the Pistons. Sean Kelly will have the call tonight, voice of the Gators. So how about that? Coverage begins at 6:30 right here. We come to you live, even though it's 3 o'clock, from the Gator Trim Light Studio. That doesn't change. Great lighting for your pool, your home, your yard, whatever you need, landscape lighting-wise, pool enclosure, they can do it, and it's fully programmable from your phone as well. Visit GatorTrimLight.com and find out all the great things they can do for you. We are fueled by Southeast Car Agency in Gainesville, 310 Northeast 39th Avenue. I got to share something real quick. I got an email Tuesday, and a gentleman said, I listen a lot. He said, do you really drive a car from them? Yes, I do. I do. Why would I? Yes, I have, and I have for years and years. They are the best. It's the best in late model, low mileage vehicles. That's why I trust them. You can trust them too. And when you go over there, make sure and tell them Sports Scene sent you. In the first hour, Quality Plumbing sponsoring our show. The second hour brought to you by Domino's Pizza, right in your neighborhood. Perfect for lunch, dinner, or those late night cravings you might get. Nobody delivers like Domino's. Whether you're picking up or ordering delivery, fast, easy, a click away, www.GatorDominoes.com. And if you want to, in the next 20 minutes or so, because the Sports Lab gang will take over for me at the bottom of the hour, and then it'll be Jeff and company with the tailgate at 4. If you have a text question you want to throw at me, 352-325-3777, brought to you by B&D Electrical Service you can trust. YouTube questions courtesy of Campus USA Credit Union. Facebook Live questions courtesy Ruse Ogra State Farm. And all of our calls come to you on the Titan MRI and Imaging phone line, 392-8255. The email is courtesy of International Diamond Center. And check out our daily clip of the day on WRUF, Facebook, and YouTube at WRUF Home of the Gators, brought to you by our friends at Fairlife Milk. All right. Pitching matchups. You're forcing me to do this. If you won't call and talk sports, I'm going to read stuff to you. Okay? You got to fill the time. Tonight, SEC starts in baseball with a heck of a series. Auburn at Mississippi State, and two really good pitchers in that matchup. For Kentucky against Florida, a lefty Cleaver will pitch. He's 2-3 with a 3.72 ERA. On Saturday for Kentucky, a righty, Jelkin, pitches. He's been their Friday night guy. 7-2, 3.77 ERA. And then Sunday, a righty, Harris, pitches. He's 4-2 with an ERA over 5. And Florida's game on Sunday is the first game of the day in the SEC, along with Texas at Tennessee. The rest of the schedule, by the way, again, we are down to the next to last weekend. Alabama is at South Carolina, and South Carolina is in the mode of, we got to win the SEC tournament. LSU playing a little better lately. That's where Florida ends its regular season next week. Has a tough assignment. They got to go to Georgia, the SEC leader. Texas is at Tennessee. Oklahoma, we just saw them. They're at Arkansas. And because of partly the injury they had to their pitcher on Saturday. Their starting pitcher tomorrow is TBA. Texas A&M will be at Ole Miss, and that is the rest of the lineup for the SEC this coming weekend. International Diamond Center, Mike, how many runs has the softball team given up the last 4 games? What's going on? Well, when you play a lot of games, Mike, sometimes if you're a hitter, you can go 10 for 20, or you can go 4 for 20. If you're a pitcher, you can pitch 10 scoreless innings, or you can give up 7 runs in 3 innings. It happens. It happens over the course of a long year. And Auburn, I'll give them a lot of credit, had been smoking the softball all weekend in that tournament. They ran into a hot-hitting team. So, it's like I got this email earlier, Mike, if there's cause for concern in the pitching staff. I don't think so. Not yet. Not yet. We will see. If this continues, well, then obviously problem. But I'm not there quite yet. Not going to panic at this point. But it was good to see Rothrock come back today after starting the game and not pitching well to close it out. That was a plus. And there's nothing wrong with their hitting. They're hitting the ball pretty good. All right, I got a couple of emails here. Thank the Lord. Bill says, do you mind if I ask a hockey question? And he continues. So the answer, though, is no, Bill, I don't. What's the future look like for the Lightning? That's a good question. I am not intimate with their roster. I'll be the first to tell you that. It seems like a long time ago when they were winning Stanley Cups, and it hasn't been that long. But it's not easy to stay there. And I guess that's the part in sports that fans sometimes do not understand. And you just heard Darren Hedrick, the play-by-play voice of Kentucky, say this. I'm a big history guy. Go back and look. The last, I think, 4 national champions in baseball and what they did the next year. It's hard, man. You don't have teams like that all the time. And sometimes you could have a great team and never win it. But it's hard. So, long answer to a short question, Mike. Not panicking yet. I've gotten this email. This is John. I've gotten this email about 10 times, and I guess maybe I'm not doing this well enough, asking me if I'm going to get Tammy Reese here. Yes, she was here on the show, not in studio, but here when she was first hired. But I was told that she needed time to put her roster together, which she's done a pretty nice job of. So we will do everything we can to get her here. So Mike says, how many runs have they given up? Mike, I don't know. It's look upable. We'll go to the website and look it up. I don't know. But it hasn't. It's been a few because Georgia, I know, had some runs. But once again, Georgia is a good hitting team. A lot of people do not give the other team credit sometimes. They have scholarships too. They practice too. And in this league, you're not going to win every game giving up 1 or 2 runs. You're not. So be happy you win them. You got to take a win and move on. I really do believe that, and we'll see. And then one last email, and we'll get a break. Darren says, Steve, I can't believe you're on right now. Glad to hear you. My question is about my Yankees. I heard your Yankee guy on the other day, and he said, P.S., a great-sounding Gator grad. Do you think this is an aberration or are the Yankees for real? No, I think the Yankees are for real. If they stay healthy, they have a really good team. I think they are really good. And I think they have a chance to go a long way this year. And by the way, I don't know if you heard this. Steven Garcia, one of Steve Spurrier's quarterbacks at South Carolina, announced on social media he's been diagnosed with stage 4 colorectal cancer. He's only 38 years old. He says he shared the news to raise awareness about the cancer. He said, quote, if there's one lesson to be learned, get checked. Don't be afraid to visit the doctor's office when you don't feel 100%. We got this, and I appreciate all of y'all. As of Thursday, today, he was close to reaching his goal of $150,000 through a GoFundMe page created by his wife. And I know Coach Spurrier was helping in that as well. He played there from 2008 to 2011. Just 38 years old. That's awful. We'll take a break. We'll come back, and then we'll wrap Sports Scene up for today. You're listening to Sports Scene, coming to you live from the Gator Trim Light Studio, fueled by Southeast Car Agency on WRUF. Friends, if somebody's been in business for 45-plus years, doesn't that tell you something? Trust, longevity. Well, that is the case with my friends at Southeast Car Agency in Gainesville. The Cousins family has operated that business for the past 45-plus years, and they specialize in just one thing. They give you the best alternative you have to purchasing a new vehicle, the best in late-model, low-mileage vehicles. Great variety, great selection. I'm driving one now, have been for years. Go see them today, Southeast Car Agency, 310 Northeast 39th Avenue, Gainesville.
Everyone knows Gator Trim Light is the go-to for patented permanent holiday lighting. But did you know they do so much more? From pool enclosures and businesses to decks and landscape lighting, they've got you covered. Full color systems, fully programmable, right from your smartphone. Invisible by day, stunning by night. Show off your orange and blue home or landscape with GatorTrimLight.com. That's GatorTrimLight.com. GatorTrimLight.com.
Hi, I'm Kerry Meldon. At Meldon Law, we prepare every case as if it's going to trial. And part of that preparation involves real people from our community giving honest feedback. Join one of our jury research focus groups. You'll review real case scenarios, share your perspective, and enjoy dinner and dessert on us. We'll thank you and provide you $125 for your time. It's engaging, meaningful, and your voice truly matters. Visit meldonlaw.com to sign up today.
After you work out, you can feel worn out. Reach for core power and rise to a whole new level of recovery. Protein to build muscle. Electrolytes to help hydrate. The nutrition you need to power on. Champion your recovery with Core Power.
Hey, have you ever talked to Ruse Agra over at State Farm?
Oh yeah, Ruse is awesome. Helped me get a ton of coverage for way less than I expected, and he serves all of North Florida. Super friendly too, actually takes time to explain everything.
Really? I thought State Farm would be pricey.
No, surprisingly great rates. You get that neighborly service you don't find everywhere. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I might give Ruse at State Farm a call.
You should. Call 352-240-1779 for a free quote. You'll be glad you did.
Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
If there's anybody that knows what teamwork and great leadership is all about, it's the head ball coach himself, Steve Spurrier. Sure, it applies to football and the team at Campus USA Credit Union.
Yeah, I think we got excellent leadership with Jerry Benton and his staff there, and certainly I'm proud to team up with those guys as we go from year to year.
Campus USA Credit Union can help with all your financial decisions. Join the team. Learn more at campuscu.com. Member NCUA.
When the late, great Charlie Daniels would need a place for jewelry he could trust, he turned to International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange.
Hi, I'm Charlie Daniels, and I live in Tennessee, but when I get ready to do something serious about jewelry or a gift for my wife or somebody, I always get in touch with the folks at International Gold and Diamond Exchange here in Gainesville. There's a lot of reasons for that. One reason is they sell nothing but the best.
Find out what Charlie was talking about for yourself at International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange at 3440 West University Avenue and online at igdwex.com.
Connecting with WRUF at Sports Scene just got easier. Call, email, watch on YouTube or Facebook Live. And now text us on the B&D Electric text line at 352-325-3777. That's 352-325-3777. Gator baseball fans, don't miss On Deck with Steve Russell and Jeff Cardozo live every Monday at 1 on WRUF. Get baseball and softball breakdowns, player analysis, and SEC previews. Listen live or anytime on the WRUF app, YouTube, or Facebook. On Deck, it's a hit.
The Tailgate with Jeff Cardozo and Zach Albuquerque. Weekdays at 4, right here on WRUF.
Make sure to stick around here. When I'm done, I'm going to take out of here at 3:30. AJ and Charlie, the Sports Lab gang, will take over from me until the tailgate comes your way. International Diamond Center email, Brian, looking ahead to the LSU series next week, can you elaborate what LSU needs to do against Georgia to make the Florida series a play-in for them, or barring a sweep by the Tigers against both the Dogs and Gators? Does LSU have to win the SEC tournament? Much as I hate the Dogs, I'm kind of wanting them to put LSU out of contention this weekend. And who are you liking for the NBA Finals at this point? Until somebody knocks off OKC, and right now I like the Knicks. I hate this. I mean, it's almost like I'm cursing them, Brian. But I really like the way they're playing now. Mike asked me if Rothrock gave up a home run relief. Yes, she did. And he says 31 runs last 4 games. I get it. But you're going to go through stretches like that. That's what I'm just trying to say, that if they can, tomorrow when they play, if they continue to give up a lot of runs, and this is 7-8 games, okay, I hear you. That's going to be cause for concern. Now, the road to Hoover, for your answer, Brian. LSU is 9-15 in the league. They end up at Georgia hosting Florida. An SEC team with a good strength of schedule has snuck into the regional with 12 league wins. But that's not normal. 13 is normally the magic number. So if you're asking me what's LSU need, they need to go 4-2 over these last 6 games. That would give them 13 league wins. There's some other teams that need 13 league wins. Ole Miss needs just 1. Oklahoma needs just 1. Kentucky and Tennessee need 2. Vanderbilt needs 3. South Carolina would have to sweep the remaining games in the league to get to 13. Missouri has no shot. They can get to 12 if they were to sweep their last 2 series. So, Brian, I hope that helps you. If they answered your question, LSU has a lot of work to do. I don't know what their RPI is. I don't know any of that. But they have work to do. And, look, they're playing a little bit better recently. Now, they played South Carolina, and they swept them, but, again, Carolina has struggled. They won their midweek. So, we'll, again, see if they can go to Athens. And Georgia has a lot to play for. They're playing, for a high seed. They're playing to win the SEC regular season championship. So they have a lot to play for as well. And it's interesting because if you look at the pitching matchups, LSU, they got a righty, Schmidt, going for them. And then Saturday, they have a guy who's a righty who has a 6 ERA. And then Sunday, they're going TBA, but so is Georgia. So, again, have to see how that all shakes out. And I want to tell you about my friends at Sensei Asian Bistro, now open in Celebration Point. Gainesville's best-kept secret finally being revealed. The premier date night destination for food lovers. Sensei Asian Bistro, where elevated dining meets unforgettable nights. And we welcome them to our sports scene family and appreciate them. And by the way, if you want to be a sponsor of the show, a big shout out to all of our sponsors. Love that you're part of the show and appreciate you being part of the show. We can always make room. Contact Freddie, 352-284-3733, and he will make that happen for you, okay? I promise that'll be the case. And again, a reminder tonight, the NBA playoffs, Cavs and the Pistons. The voice of the Gators, Sean Kelly, has the call. Our coverage will begin at 6:30 tonight. And a couple of final emails, and we will say goodbye for the day and let the Sports Lab gang, Charlie and AJ, take over. Don says, to this point, this is a good question. To this point, has it been a disappointing season for Gator baseball? No. I mean, they're in position to possibly host a regional. That's a pretty good season. So, no, I don't think it's disappointing. They've had injuries, and look, I'm not making excuses for them, but that has played a part. They've had a lot of injuries this year, more than I can really remember them having in a normal kind of year. But no, it's not disappointing. And there's obviously more to it. Did you see, by the way, Wake Forest and Syracuse are going to open their football season with a game in Canada. Yeah, in Canada. They're going to play at the Toronto Argonauts' home. And I think ABC is going to carry it. And Florida State and Georgia canceled a home-and-home series because of the SEC going to 9 league games. So that has gone the way of the dinosaur. All right, that's going to do it for me. I will see you tomorrow at our normal time for Sports Scene, and by God, hope we can talk some sports then. AJ and Charlie are next, as the Sports Lab will take us the last half hour. Thanks to Luis for producing. I'll see you tomorrow as you listen to Sports Scene on WRUF.
The NBA playoffs play here. WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and anywhere in the world on the WRUF mobile app.
It's never fun being injured. And with summer on the way, the last thing you want is lingering pain holding you back. Good news. You don't have to deal with long waits or high costs at Titan MRI and Imaging. At Titan MRI and Imaging, you're not just another patient. You're treated with care in a comfortable, personal setting. With 2 locations in Gainesville and 1 in Lake City. Being pain-free is a short drive away, and they accept insurance. So don't sit out this summer. Get the scan you need and get back to enjoying it. Visit TitanMRI.com to learn more.
International Diamond Center's values are so compelling, it's not unusual to see people here that are not local.
Every day, we have people that drive an hour and a half, even 2 hours.
IDC owner Keith LeClaire.
People are willing to drive because they've heard it's not a typical jewelry store.
For example, did you know IDC has one of the largest selections of luxury pre-owned Rolexes in America?
You're going to want to come to IDC. It's worth the drive.
International Diamond Center in Celebration Point and online at shopidc.com.
Every great team is built on a solid game plan, sharp execution, and total trust in the crew beside you. At Quality Plumbing, we bring that same championship mindset to every job we do. For over 40 years, we've been the starting lineup for homes and businesses across North Central Florida, delivering reliable service, expert craftsmanship, and big wins for our customers. Call us today or visit qualityplumbing.com. We're your first string team. License number CFC 043073.
By now, you've heard about the Florida Legends Experience in Gila, featuring Gator Heisman greats Tim Tebow, Danny Werfel, and Steve Spurrier all in one place at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. Imagine catching a pass or taking a handoff from a Heisman winner, all while supporting Isaiah 117 to help provide safe, loving homes for children in need. Then enjoy an unforgettable evening at the Gala, filled with great food and lasting memories. Don't miss this historic event. Find out how you and your business can get involved at FLLegends.com. That's FLLegends.com.
Summer in Gainesville means sunshine, barbecues, and storm season right around the corner. Don't wait until disaster strikes to think about your roof. Whether it's your home or your business, Atlantic Roofing has you covered. From inspections to full replacements, their expert team handles both residential and commercial roofing, built to stand up to Florida's toughest weather. Get ahead of the storm. Protect what matters most. Visit AtlanticRoofingFL.com today for your free estimate. Atlantic Roofing. Roofing you can trust, rain or shine. Hey, Gator baseball fans, here's a win you can taste. When the Florida Gators take home a victory at Condren Family Ballpark, you win too at Miapa Latin Cafe. The day after every home win, swing by and score a free Cuban coffee, hot or iced, your choice. Just bring your game ticket to any Miapa location and claim your reward within 24 hours of the win. It's that simple. Gators win, you win. Only at Miapa Latin Cafe, serving Gator fans for over 20 years. Play ball!
The best conversations happen with Los Linderos tequila, like this recent conversation between two Gator legends.
Coach, you know, it always impressed me how you beat Florida State to win the 1996 national championship.
And I was really impressed with your 06, 08, and 09 Gator teams.
And the way you coached Danny to the Heisman Trophy.
A lot like what you did with Tim Tebow.
To the Swamp and the Gators, with the best beverage served at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. 100% agave Los Linderos tequila, aged in bourbon barrels for a smoother taste.
Hi, this is Dr. Art Mowry of Exceptional Dentistry. Listen to what our clients have to say about their experience at Exceptional Dentistry.
I felt like I needed to have the best, and then meeting Dr. Art changed everything. It was like there was a confidence level there that I had not always had in dentists, and it made me realize that the place was the right thing. Now we got to go for the procedure. I had an implant and 4 crowns in the front. It was a heck of a challenge to replace bone for a tooth that had been missing for 50 years. I think they have made an office that takes out the fear and takes out the intimidation and replaces it with care and concern.
This is Dr. Kim Mowry, and if you think you have dental problems that are too big to overcome, we're here for you. Please visit us at exceptionaldentistry.com. That's exceptionaldentistry.com.
April marks the first ever AARP Fraud Prevention Month, and AARP Florida is hosting free events across the state, providing Floridians with simple, actionable steps to protect themselves and their families from the growing threat of scams and identity theft. Fraud can happen to anyone, with scammers constantly finding new ways to target us. In fact, criminals often become more active during stressful moments, like during tax season, after natural disasters, or when major news events create worry and confusion. Yet, awareness remains our best defense to fraud. By learning how scams operate, you can better protect your money, identity, and personal information. Throughout April, AARP Florida is holding free shredding events, fraud prevention workshops, and more. To find local events, visit aarp.org/FLFraud. And if you suspect a scam, call the Fraud Watch Network helpline at 1-877-908-3360.
Erickson swings, lines one right field. The ball is history. Townsend Thomas races back, she got it, and robs Ratliff of extra bases.
1 down, 2 to go. Coverage of the SEC semifinals starts tomorrow at 4:40 right here on WRUF. Welcome back into the second hour of Sports Scene, brought to you by Domino's here on 98.1 FM, 850 AM WRUF. Steve Russell had to jump. You got Charlie Jones, I'm AJ Sharon, taking you the rest of the way, the final 30 minutes, leading you up to the tailgate with Jeff and Zach coming up at 4 o'clock. But you heard the call right there from Ryan Urquhart just a few hours ago. Charlie, maybe one of the best softball games I've ever watched start to finish. The way I explained it on my Twitter is the game was drunk. Final score, 10-9 in a big insurance run for the Gators in the 6th inning. They were able to shut the door. Keegan Rothrock came back into the game and shut the door, even though the Gators did give up a home run in the top of the 7th. Crazy game, action all the way through. I know you were producing the game here back in our WRUF studios. How do you even sum it up?
Speechless. Speechless was how I felt at the end of that game. Let's start off with this. This game took 2 hours and 44 minutes. You got Arkansas and Alabama behind them playing right now. Florida plays the winner waiting around.
And that game is now tied. A home run, as you say it. Alabama ties up that game. The Gators will play the winner of that tomorrow, but keep going.
Solid timing. Yeah, they cut to them in the middle of the broadcast around like 12:30 and said, hey, they're warming up, getting ready for their game, and they wouldn't actually be able to warm up on the field for another hour and a half after that. An insane game. And look, it really comes down to Florida battling. Right? They haven't faced as much adversity this season. They've had a little bit in conference play, and a key is that series loss at Arkansas in Fayetteville. But they come in today against a team that's playing for their tournament life, nothing to lose, and Auburn gave them everything. They gave them what for. Florida bounces back after being down 4-1, and from there on, it's just battling. But at the end of the day, it's Florida's veterans who get the job done, and some really clutch plays, both defensively but especially offensively from veterans like Jocelyn Erickson. I mean, come on. Jocelyn Erickson gets her 50th career homer in a Gators jersey, and she was outstanding today.
What is it, the 5th Gator ever to hit 50 home runs in a Gator uniform? People forget she played her freshman year at Oklahoma, but we know the powerhouse Oklahoma is. They are still the team to beat in the SEC, of course. The Gators are the 3 seed right now in the SEC tournament. The Alabama-Arkansas is the 2-7. So the Gators will have the winner of that game tomorrow at 5 p.m. Coverage will start right here on WRUF at 4:40. Phone lines are open. The Titan MRI and imaging phone lines 352-392-8255. Talking a little Gators softball in the SEC tournament. And you mentioned these teams that are playing now, they were warming up about an hour into that Gator game, expecting to take the field pretty shortly. And that's what makes these tournaments so special, is anything from March Madness to tournament games. You see the teams waiting in the hallways or on the backfields. They're getting ready, but a game can go to triple overtime in basketball. A game can go to extra innings, or it can just go 7 and be a 10-9 final score. It's like they should maybe expand the SEC tournament. Maybe we should get some more teams
you know
in there.
what? To heck with it. Let's just throw everyone in. I mean, this looked like an NCAA tournament game today. And I mean, you got to give credit to Auburn and what they were able to do, backed up against the wall. Only had 4 conference wins coming into today, and they had an insane SEC tournament. 10 homers, 26 runs, a program record in the SEC tournament on both those statistics, and they fought. It was really a thriller, and I think the biggest thing when you look at everything and when you take it all away is Florida comes away with this win because it was a complete effort. It's not just one player who gets the job done. You could give credit to Taylor Shoemaker, Jocelyn Erickson, Townsend Thomas had basically a game-saving catch in the 3rd inning when it's 4-1 to close things out. And if that ball gets over her head, this one could break loose in Auburn's favor. You look down the entire line. Kendall Grover was outstanding as well, had a homer in her own right, as well as a single and a double, 3 for 4 on the day.
3 RBIs.
You get such consistency from this hitting lineup where if Auburn says, all right, I'll raise you, Florida says, I'll raise you one more, and really just hits the ball well so consistently and gets the job done offensively.
Yeah, and you mentioned Auburn was going to be the Cinderella team. They had won a few games. They're scoring a lot of runs. Like you said, playing very free because they have nothing to lose. They're playing to try and get a bid in the NCAA tournament coming up next week. Of course, Selection Sunday is on Sunday after the SEC tournament concludes on Saturday. Hopefully the Gators are still playing on Saturday, but this is an Auburn team that shut the Gators out just a few weeks ago here in Gainesville. They took Game 2 against the Gators. Gators were able to get the series, but it's a team that showed potential, and I remember I was at the baseball game that weekend, and Auburn was also playing in baseball here in Gainesville, and the whole softball team showed up, and they were sitting out in left field watching their baseball friends take on the Gators that weekend as well. The Titan MRI and imaging phone lines are still open, 352-392-8255. We'll jump there now. We got Boston Rob ready to talk a little Florida softball. How you doing today, Boston Rob?
AJ and Charlie. Is this Charlie's last show today?
It's my last show, then heading back to Jersey.
All right, then let me get this quick. Let me tune up quickly before we get into some Florida softball. It's time to say goodbye to Charlie Jones until summer ends. We will miss you, Charlie Jones.
Man. Goodbye, Charlie Jones. If you can't see it on YouTube, I'm crying right now, Boston Rob. That was beautiful. That was
a
just
little
beautiful.
Andrea Bocelli. If you look up Andrea Bocelli, he's an Italian stallion like me, straight from the motherland of Italy. Look him up. Very good Italian tenor. saying time to say goodbye, but we just reframed it to Charlie Jones.
He's outstanding. He's outstanding, but you might have topped him there.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. Well, thank you very much, Charlie. I appreciate your kind words. Let's get into some Gators softball. I'll tell you what, I was hyperventilating watching the game, back and forth. And, I'll tell you what, Erickson, what a bomb.
Yeah.
And Miller saved the game for the Gators in the fifth. I mean, it was such a back-and-forth game. So, the next game, and the games after will be, time will tell what will happen. But, I was a little nervous about this team, but they have a lot of grit, and they have a lot of pizzazz, and I think they're ready to rock and roll. I think they have a chance at winning the SEC and beating Oklahoma at their own game because we know they've been tough to beat in general. But I want to ask you guys quickly, what is your take on who the MVP of this team is? Because there's so many good players, from Shoemaker to Erickson to Miller. I mean, that's just like a small amount of people that could be as far as the latest the MVP of the team.
Yeah, appreciate the call, Boston Rob. Phone lines are open, Titan MRI and Imaging phone line here on Sports Scene presented by Domino's. My answer's got to be pretty simple. Charlie, you know where I'm going with this. It's the leadoff batter, batting .447. She had 3 hits today, scored 2 runs. It's Taylor Shoemaker. And we said after her freshman campaign last year, it's going to be hard to top that. And even Tim Walton said, she can play her best softball. She can play as good as she can, and it still probably won't be as good as what she did last year. So to follow it up in her sophomore season has been dang impressive to watch, and she's just everything you can ask for out of a leadoff hitter. She can steal bases. You get Erickson to come up second. The reason Erickson has so many RBIs is because you put one in the gap, and Shoemaker's first to home before you can blink.
Yeah, no, I mean, she's outstanding. I'm going to go a little bit of a different direction. I'm going to go pitching. You can't overlook Keegan Rothrock. I know today necessarily wasn't her day in the start, but, I mean, she throws 91 pitches today and comes back in after starting and throwing 3 and gets the save. She's been unreal all year, even though she gives up the 5 earned runs today.
Today was only the 4th time that she gave up 4 earned runs or more this season.
Yeah, it's insane. She's boasting a 2.41 ERA coming into this game. And think about that, right? Over 177 innings pitched. There's weekends where she's pitching every single game of a series. The Georgia series, she started the first game where they won, threw a complete game and won that one, and then comes back and throws 4 1/3 over the next 2. What she's able to do, and the fact that not only do you have a steady pitcher to rely on, but one who has a lot of longevity is crucial heading towards NCAA tournament time.
Yeah, and in baseball and softball, you're only going to go as far as your pitching goes because you're not going to score 10 runs every single game like the Florida Gators did today, especially when you're facing the Oklahomas of the world. The pitcher over at Tennessee, you're not going to be able to put up all these crazy runs, and Keegan Rothrock has the experience, and I think that is the biggest key moving into the postseason, moving in farther into the SEC tournament game. The semifinals tomorrow right here on WRUF. Coverage will start at 4:40. We'll take you up as long as we can before baseball hits the air, and Gators are taking on Kentucky this weekend in baseball. It's my favorite time of the year when it comes to off-season for football. Is you get the quad box on for college baseball and college softball, and it feels like March Madness again. You can just sit on your couch and you watch this little 4 seed go into an LSU or a Tennessee, and now that team's got to go. It's double elimination, which is the beauty of it. But now you're the 1 seed hosting a regional, hosting a super regional, and you got to win 4 games in 2 days if you want to advance into that next round. And I think that's the biggest takeaway from this Gators win today. If they were to lose to Auburn in the quarterfinals of the SEC tournament, probably still host a regional.
Yeah.
But you know how big it is in both softball and baseball to host that 2 out of 3 series in the super regionals, to have that home crowd behind you, especially a passionate softball crowd like we have here in Gainesville. That goes out the window if you don't find a way to come back and win this game earlier today against Auburn. So the grit, the determination, and it's one of those wins. You get a win like this, you prove you can win in different styles. It can build a lot of momentum moving forward. Kind of reminds me a little bit, granted SEC tournament, not NCAA tournament, of the tight wins the Gators with Walter Clayton and Will Richard would get. Yeah. You find a way to win, and you build confidence that you're never out of it. And I think that's what today proved for Tim Walton and the Gators.
Look, you think of the motto, won't back down. All these teams, all these players, especially with Gators softball this year, They don't back down, and they're not scared of any team or any situation. They're ready to overcome any challenge that comes their way, and they proved it today. Look, Auburn gave them what for in every single aspect of the game, and really fought their way to try and keep their NCAA tournament hopes alive. They're eliminated with a loss because if you're not 500 in softball, you can't advance to the NCAA tournament. Florida slams the door at the last moment and really just sticks with them. It's all about holding on, and Florida was the one who held on today.
Yeah, and if you didn't get to watch the game live because it was at 11 a.m. first pitch, go back and watch those highlights. It was one of the most entertaining games you will watch from start to finish. And the highlights, they're probably 2 hours themselves with how many home runs and big plays were made in this game. Steve Russell had to jump. You got Charlie Jones, AJ Sharon here on Sports Scene. Hour 2 brought to you by Domino's. We got the Titan MRI and Imaging phone line still open, 352-392-8255. Leading you up until the tailgate, and then the tailgate will take you up till we got Game 2 between the Cavs and the Detroit Pistons with the voice of the Florida Gators, Sean Kelly, on the call. We'll have that for you tonight on WRUF, but you're a Sixers fan. They had a big game last night. We'll focus on that. We'll talk a little NHL because you're also a Flyers fan, Charlie Jones. There's a lot going on if you're a Philly sports fan. We'll talk about that on the flip side here on Sports Scene on 98.1 FM, 850 AM WRUF.
Sometimes it can be hard to tell the difference between a minor sprain and a significant issue. The team at UF Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine provide expert orthopedic care with locations in Gainesville and Ocala for everything from walk-in treatments to specialized surgeries and complex cases. Choose the providers who care for Team USA. Visit ufhealth.org/orthoexperts to learn more. Proud provider for the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Medical Network.
Attention local and regional CDL-A drivers in the North Florida area. Pritchett Trucking is currently looking for local and regional drivers. Are you looking for a driver-friendly environment? Pritchett Trucking offers more home time, great pay, and great benefits, including health insurance and paid time off. And they also offer a quarterly performance and safety program, plus a sign-on bonus. Pritchett Trucking's regional drivers are home weekends and local drivers are home daily. If you're at least 23 years old and want a rewarding career with great pay, don't let the opportunity pass you by. Apply online at PritchettTrucking.com.
Are you ready to raise your game when it comes to your Gators gear? Head over to Alma Mater in Gainesville. You'll find just what you need to rep your team in style. From one-of-a-kind Gator tees and hats to NIL gear, they've got the perfect Gator swag for every fan in all kinds of weather. Whether it's game day or any day, you'll be winning with officially licensed apparel found nowhere else. Locally owned, locally produced. Alma Mater, in-store at the corner of 34th and University or online at almamaterdesign.com.
Domino's carryout deal means you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each when you order online or by phone. Just in case there's any confusion, we've even set up a helpful website to confirm if today is a day you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each. Just go to howaboutoday.com to find out if Domino's carryout deal is valid today. Spoiler alert, it is. Carryout only. Ask for this offer. Availability and charges may vary. Size availability varies by crust type. Excludes XL and specialty. Your local store may charge extra for some toppings and sauces.
We all know the most exciting thing that can happen during a baseball game is a grand slam. Leave it to Davis Gainesville Chevrolet GMC and the Florida Gators to make it even more exciting. This year, at any SEC home game here in Gainesville, if the baseball or softball team hits a grand slam in the fourth inning, someone will win a 2-year lease on a brand new 2026 Chevy Trax. It's happened before. Will you be the next to win? Davis Gainesville Chevrolet and the Florida Gators. Now that's a hit.
This summer, bring every game home. Baseball, soccer, golf, like never before. With a stunning new home theater system from Electronics World. Gainesville's preferred choice for home theater, surveillance, and smart home solutions. Delivering the best products, the best service, and the best price. Don't just watch the game, live it. At Electronics World. Gainesville's preferred choice for home theater, home surveillance, and smart home installation and service. Visit electronicsworld.net for more. That's electronicsworld.net.
In a world of big banks, there's only one truly local choice in Gainesville, Gala Bank. Locally owned and operated, Gala Bank is built by people who live here, work here, and care about this community. With over 350 years of combined banking experience, you'll always get trusted guidance and personal service you can count on. And with convenient 7 to 7 hours, Monday through Saturday, banking works around your schedule, not the other way around. Local bank, local people. Gala Bank. Member FDIC.
Gainesville's best-kept secret is finally being revealed. Introducing Sensei Asian Bistro. Located in Celebration Point next to Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, Sensei delivers a one-of-a-kind Japanese-French fusion experience that's as refined as it is unforgettable. Indulge in signature dishes like our smoked New York strip, Chilean sea bass, matcha curry, or the crave-worthy Chunggang chili chicken. Pair it all with handcrafted cocktails, fresh crudo oysters, or our premium A5 Wagyu tataki. Sensei Asian Bistro. Make your reservation today.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Lockridge, and I'm the host of a new podcast from Odyssey called Family Lore. In this podcast, I'm going to have people on to tell unusual and sometimes far-fetched stories about their families.
I've heard my whole life that she invented the margarita.
And then, we're going to investigate those stories and find out how much of it is true.
He gets a patent 1 month before the Wright brothers. Oh my God.
Please follow and listen to Family Lore, an Odyssey podcast, available now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your shows.
This Mother's Day, give Mom that special treat she deserves. Decadent confections from Thornbrook Chocolates. Make Mother's Day the sweetest with her favorite chocolate or specialty assortment. Thornbrook Chocolates, a local chocolatier proudly serving Gainesville since 1985. Give, eat, indulge.
From the UF Weather Center, here is your WRUF weather update.
Sunny, windy, and hot today. High temperatures in the lower 90s. Winds gusting to 25 miles an hour throughout the afternoon and into the evening. Increasing clouds tonight. There is a chance for a few stray thunderstorms along the I-10 corridor this evening, and they could sneak as far south as Alachua County tonight. Cloudy tomorrow morning. Lows in the upper 60s and lower 70s. From the WUFT Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Megan Borowski.
If it happens in Gator Nation, you hear it on WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.
No.
Ooh, I like that singing voice, AJ. Keep it up.
That's not singing. Sports scene. No Steve Russell, Charlie Jones, AJ Sharon finishing off here for the final few minutes. Last segment. Campus USA bringing you the YouTube questions as they do every single day here on Sports Scene. And Charlie, this one's posed to you. What's your favorite memory that you've had on the air this year?
Oh, boy. It's been an insane year. It's been a great year. There's a lot of great moments for the Gators.
I think I can answer that for you, though.
Please.
Go ahead.
Please. No, you answer.
A few days ago, you were behind the glass on the ones and twos where Luis is sitting, our producer today. And it was the day after the Sixers took down the Celtics. You were able to hop on, and Kevin wasn't here, so you were able to rub it in a little bit.
That was a really good day. You know, and things have turned, unfortunately, in a span of, 5 days already. And now I'm sad immediately. But I got to revel in the amazing moment. And hopefully Kevin Winter was out there somewhere listening to me and my jubilation over the Sixers shocking the world, shocking the NBA, shocking the Celtics, and moving on to the Eastern Conference semis. That was a great moment. Other one, maybe March Madness. I got to go to March Madness. And I did a Sports Lab show with Lance Williams from Tampa, and that was an outstanding experience. But I don't know if it tops the absolutely surreal feeling of Joel Embiid ending the Celtics season.
Speaking of your Sixers, speaking of Joel Embiid, of course, always hurt. Going to miss some games. That's what he's known for. And he was out last night versus the Knicks in Game 2 in a game that the Sixers looked like they would have been or could have won in the fourth quarter. They scored 12 points in the fourth frame. How many NBA playoff games are you going to win doing that, Charlie Jones? Because your Sixers, that's not the recipe for success when you go to the world's most famous arena.
I'm going to say not many. I'm going to say not many, if any. They just missed too many good looks down the stretch. And they had every chance to win that game. I'll be the first to admit they got some help from the Zebras. They got some help.
Oh, you stop it. We're not doing
everyone.
that here.
Look, I'll
you
say
get your
it.
chance on Sports Scene and you're calling out the referees.
But, no, I'm saying that the Sixers got some help, AJ.
Okay.
See, I'm self-aware, but look.
At least you're not like Jaylen Brown. Kevin's team's already making excuses. Real quick, Flyers tonight. You're a Philly fan. They're going to be able to get back in that series. Pretty much a must-win, down 2-0 right now versus Carolina.
Gotta. Philadelphia is flyered up, and no Noah Cates hurts, but they are ready to rock and roll and, shift into Philly. I think they're ready to take the Canes down and finally get their way back into this series and cling on to life.
We'll see if the Florida teams being eliminated, the Hurricanes can finally find a way to win an Eastern Conference final. Steve had to run early. Charlie Jones, AJ Sharon finish you up here on Sports Scene. Tailgate's coming up next. We got Game 2 between the Cavs and the Pistons tonight right here on WRUF. That is coming up at 6:30 after Jeff and Zach take you on your drive home. A big win for softball tomorrow. We'll have that game in the SEC semis tomorrow. Jeff and Zach are up next.
This is former Gator quarterback Shane Matthews, and you're listening to the home of Gator sports, WRUF, 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.
Gator Nation, did you know the UF bookstore, located right inside the University of Florida's Rights Union, is more than just textbooks? That's right. Gear up with officially licensed Gator merchandise from top brands like Nike, Peter Lamar, Lululemon, Columbia, Tommy Bahama, Apple, and more. From game day to every day, we've got the styles Gators love. Stop by the Florida bookstore at Rights Union. The Florida bookstore, where Gators shop.
Go Gators! It's lunchtime and nobody does lunch like Pomodoro Cafe. From Italian dishes to subs and salads, and favorites like their pressed ciabatta pesto chicken with fries, grilled chicken, assorted roast peppers, mushrooms, mozzarella, and pesto aioli.
This is Steve Russell sharing with you one of my favorite lunch spots, Pomodoro Cafe, located in the Spring Hill Publix complex on 39th Avenue near I-75. Enjoy Pomodoro Cafe today.
And don't forget, they cater online at pomodorocafe.com.
Nobody does catering like P.F. Chang's. Elevate your gathering with our buffet-style catering pans. Packed with bold flavors and generous portions of your favorite dishes, we make it easy to serve and even easier to enjoy. From chopsticks to dessert, everything's ready for pickup or delivered right to your door. Choose individual meals, customizable catering packages, or build your own perfect feast. P.F. Chang's Catering. Your feast perfected. Order now at pfchangs.com/catering.
There are plenty of realtors in town, but few work as hard, respond as quickly, or care as deeply as Doreen Wiebe of Caldwell Banker MM Parrish. Community-driven and client-focused, Doreen will work with you to ensure your satisfaction. Whether you're buying or selling, she brings persistence, preparation, and heart to every deal. With Doreen, you're not just another transaction. You're a priority. Call 352-562-1411. That's 352-562-1411.
Gator fans, this one's for you. Introducing Castaway Sauce Company, the hot sauce made by Gators for Gators. Their signature ball kicker hot sauce is inspired by Steve Spurrier's famous kick that beat Auburn in '66. If you love hot sauce with real flavor, not just heat and vinegar, Castaway delivers. Available at select public supermarkets, Castaway Sauce Company is founded by a lifelong Gator and proud UF alum. From mild to wild, they've got a flavor for every Gator tailgate. Grab your Castaway hot sauce today and taste the tradition. Learn more at CastawaySauceCompany.com.
It's game day. Lights on, fans ready, everything running like it should. Now imagine your home performing at that same level. No flickering lights, no tripping breakers, no last-minute surprises. With B&D Electric, your home's electrical system is always game day ready. From repairs and lighting to panel upgrades and troubleshooting, they deliver reliable service you can count on every time. Don't sit on the sidelines. Schedule your service today at www.bdelectric.com. That's bdelectric.com.
Looking for the perfect stay in Gainesville? Holiday Inn Gainesville University Center is just steps from the Swamp, the closest hotel to UF. With 6 stylish floors of brand new everything, we've been completely renovated and fully remodeled for your comfort. Enjoy the best guest services in town, competitive rates, and a location you just can't beat. And don't forget about our rooftop pool. Whether it's game day, graduation, or a Gator getaway, make your stay extraordinary at Holiday Inn Gainesville University Center. Visit us online today for details and booking.
At International Diamond Center, we're all about family, and no one plays a more important role in the life of any family than Mom. She's the rock, the hero, the one that holds it all together. So we invite you to help us celebrate the mothers in our lives with the perfect Mother's Day gift and a little something extra. We've put together a special collection of jewelry just for Mom. We've set aside these carefully selected items so there's no guesswork. You can stop in, shop with ease, and get Mom a timeless gift she's sure to love. And to make it really special, with any purchase of $249 or more, we'll give you a $50 spa gift card so she can use it to treat herself to a day of pampering and relaxation. So come join us at IDC. Help us say a big thank you to the mothers in our lives with a gorgeous bracelet, maybe a pair of diamond earrings, a colored gemstone ring, or a piece from our Perfect Love collection. Buy the jewelry and we'll throw in the $50 spa treat at no charge. Happy Mother's Day from International Diamond Center at Celebration Point. Online, shopidc.com.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? A man age 50 non-tobacco user can obtain $500,000 of coverage for as little as $110 per month, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. Call Term Busters for a quote, 1-800-908-7636. You're probably paying more than you should. Call 1-800-908-7636. Sample rate for preferred non-tobacco rate class, exam required to qualify. For details, call 1-800-908-7636. Paid for by Robert Livinger, Insurance Agent.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Thanks. Is oil marked down?
Save up to $15 when you buy 5 quarts and a filter.
And fuel treatment?
2 for $9 on Lucas.
Brake pads?
Marked down to free.
Free?
Get free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 Duralast rotors.
That's several markdowns.
For many more miles.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
From the Spurrier's Gridiron Grill Studio, WRUF